Hello, everyone. I've had this wonderful album, The Boys of Dungeon Lane, the new Paul McCartney album, for about 6 days now, and I've been playing it every day, pretty consistently. And I have to tell you, this is one hell of an album. I did a review on it, so if you want to check out my review, I'll put a little corner link here at the end of the video in the side of the screen. I have to tell you, it's amazing the ups and downs you can have with certain opinions or how they change. I was saying this album is a good album at first, and then I said, very good album. And then I said, it's a good album, but I think that maybe some people are kind of like overrating it a bit, meaning it's not like the greatest album Paul McCartney has ever made. Now that I've been playing this again and again, and let me tell you, people, it is a grower. This is a grower. It's an album that you really need to listen to a number of times. And I think the more you listen to it, the more you'll be rewarded, and songs that maybe were a little lukewarm to you, or maybe not all there, will rise more and more. I don't know if that's true of every album. I think it's true for a lot of albums by a different artist, but this one in particular needs the time, and you need to give it a lot of listens. Now, I'm finding it better and better and better. I like every song on the album, as I said in my review. I mean, I don't dislike any songs, some a lot more than others, but I'm really coming to hear all the nuances, all the little instruments here and there that maybe I missed a couple of times, and little things Paul's doing with his voice to kind of elevate it. The guitar work, all the instrumentation, and the little embellishes here and there. And he's got a real winner here. I want to say something that I didn't say, I don't think, in my review, is that, Paul took a lot of time for this album. He started working on it, I think, in 2021. He's given it at least 5 years. He spent a lot of time slowly, methodically preparing this album. And I think he knows that, since he's going to be 84 soon, this may be his last album. And whether or not it should be, whether or not it's better to have a successful album and leave it alone, this could be like his closing work. Whether or not he should do that, because it's been appraised, it's been called a masterpiece, I think by Rolling Stone maybe. It's been really acclaimed critically and publicly with the fans. Whether he should leave it alone, his career right now, and Paul's a workaholic. He loves to work. He loves to make more music. Loves to please. He loves the attention and the accolades. Whether he should do that or not, I'll digress on that. We'll talk about that another time. But here's the thing, I'm thinking, I think this is an album that should be number one. And when I say number one, I've also gone on record before as saying that there's something I call a fake number one. This whole business about putting out a lot of different vinyl variants and CD variants and a cassette, and basically finding a lot of ways to try to elevate this and sell more copies, maybe several copies to the same people, and try to get a number one that day, which is the way a lot of artists do it, not just Paul and his team. Whether or not that's right to do, and whether or not it's an official number one, I'll tell you this. Let's put that aside for now and say this damn album deserves to be number one on its own merit. This merits a number one. This is a strong album. This is one of the best albums, I'm prepared to say now at this point, of Paul's entire career. I think it deserves to be number one, and I'm hoping it will be number one again. All the sales, the extra copies of the colored vinyl and all that aside, the variants, as a very cohesive and important piece of work alone, it deserves it. Now, I'm ready at this point, 6 days that I've had it, and people are going to say, what? To maybe call this a masterpiece. Now, why do I agree with others who have called this a masterpiece already? Doesn't it take a long time? Doesn't it take decades before you could decide what a masterpiece is and not? Well, I don't want to make the excuse that, considering Paul's age, considering that he's going to turn 84 just in a few days, really, from this video, that's the reason, because of his age. The whole thing about it is, That does play a part, because this is a statement from the man now. This is incredible, the things he's able to do, considering he plays almost all the music here himself, and then writing songs that are earworms that stay in your ear and in your mind. I'm walking around, and one minute I have Lost Horizon in my mind. And by the way, Lost Horizon is a damn good song and underrated by most people I've heard. I know some people have appreciated it. My girlfriend, who loves this album too, she thinks it's a great album. Do you know Lost Horizon is her favorite? For me, I place it maybe number three, at 3 out of 14 tracks, but man, she loves it. But anyway, things stay in your head. One minute you have this in your head, the next minute you're having other songs like Home to Us in your head, next minute you have The Days We Left Behind in your head. This is Paul's gift. This is what he's able to do. Then you're thinking about the mountaintop, melody, recycling over and over. Considering Paul's age and what he's able to accomplish, the man did it. That's what I was saying earlier. He spent a lot of time with this to get it right, and by God, he did it. He accomplished it. It was very important that this album, The Boys of Dungeon Lane, be a good album, exceptional album. In case it's Paul's last, and we don't know that, but because it's one of his last, if not the last, he had to make it good. By God, the man succeeded. That is what really impresses me here. The fact that he had to have it good. He wanted it to be good. Worked on it a long time. Used Andrew Watt, which I think was a great choice. I love the production on here. Andrew Watt does a great job. Andrew Watt also helped with some of the songs, and also played some of the music. It's a perfect stew. A very good collaboration. He did it. He succeeded. Paul could have put all this effort into it, and it could have been a dog, and it's not. Now, let's just talk a little bit about the whole idea again about masterpiece or whatnot. Considering that it's kind of like a good way for Paul to go out. I mean, this is him commenting on his nostalgia of his youth, but it's not all about his youth. He also talks about now, like when he talks about Ripples in a Pond with his wife Nancy, the love song to her. It's not all old stuff. It's also how he thinks now. And there are albums that are great Paul McCartney albums. For example, let's take one of the classics, Band on the Run. Band on the Run is one of Paul's old-time classics. Does The Boys of Dungeon Lane at this point, can we say it deserves to be up top with albums like Ram or Band on the Run? Well, here's the thing with Band on the Run. There are some classic McCartney songs on there. Band on the Run, Jet, 1985. You can also say maybe Let Me Roll It. There were some really Helen Wheels on the American version of the album. There's some classic tunes on there. But the thing is, an album like Band on the Run, for as much of a classic as it is, I still find that there are some tracks on there that don't work for me still to this day. I've never been crazy about Picasso's Last Words. I've never been wild about the song called No Words. Those two I don't like, even for the greatness that's on the Band on the Run. The song Mamunia gets a lot of hits. Attacks. I personally don't think it's the greatest thing he ever did, but I enjoy Mamunia, but it's not great. The thing is, every song on The Boys of Dungeon Lane has something good about it. It all flows. It's consistent, very consistent. Summarizing Paul's life to where he is now. It would be interesting for him to end here, just like we had Abbey Road. Abbey Road, the sign, the street, and we end with Dungeon Lane, the sign, the street, complete circle. I'm going on and on here. I'll have more to say about this album, but I am ready to say this is one of his best albums he's ever done, considering the timing, considering his age, considering at this point, you have to take it all in the moment it's recorded. I think this is a great statement, and there'll be more I have to say about this. What are your thoughts?